didn't even catch that.
It's a little poofier than I would normally do, but I'm nervous.
Well, I'm not too concerned about that. When I go to bed, I wrap my entire head with toilet tissue. So process.
In my class at trade school, I was #1 when it came to frosting and streaking. I did my own.
Really? I wouldn't have known. And I job at 20 paces. Well, your technique is good. And your form and content will improve with experience, so you're hired.
Oh!
We're going to be as busy as a one-arm paper hanger.
Thank you, Miss Truby, thank you.
No time. Now, you know where the coffee stuff is. Everything else is on a tray next to the stove.
Here, let me help you. You've got little tiny hairs and fuzzies all over you.
Honey, there's so much static electricity in here, I pick up everything but boys and money. Be a treasure. Coffee. Beauty. Client to the cut and curl or the beauty box. Oh, and also my ladies get only the best. Do not scrimp on anything. Feel free to use as much hairspray as you want. Just shove that stuff to one side, goes right there. Manicure station. Here.
There's no such thing as natural beauty.
Remember that, Annelle, or we're out of a job. I mean, take a look at me. It takes some effort to look like this.
I can see that. How many ladies do we have this morning?
I restrict myself to the ladies of the neighborhood on Saturday mornings. Now, normally there'd be just 3, but today we have Shelby Eatonton. She's not a regular, she's the daughter of a regular. I have to do something special to her hair. She's getting married this afternoon. Now, how long have you been in town?
A few weeks.
Oh, new in town. That must be exciting being in a new place. I wouldn't know. I've lived here all my life.
It's a little scary.
I can imagine. Well, tell me things about yourself.
There's nothing to tell. I live here. I've got a job now. That's it. Could I borrow a few of these back issues of Southern Hair?
Sure. It's essential to keep abreast of the latest styles. I'm glad to see your interest. I get my calls, Family Circle, Glamour, Mademoiselle, Ladies Home Journal, every magazine known to man. You must live close by. Within walking distance, I mean, I didn't see a car.
My car. I don't have a car. I'm staying across the river at Robeline's barn house.
That's quite a walk. Ruth Robeline. Now there's a story. She's a twisted, troubled soul. Her life has been an experiment in terror. Husband killed in World War II, her son was killed in Vietnam. I have to tell you, when it comes to suffering, she's right up there with Elizabeth Taylor.
I had no idea. Is that a gunshot?
Yes, dear, I believe it is. Plug in the hot plate, please.
But why is someone firing a gun in a nice neighborhood like this?
Oh, it's a long story. It has to do with Shelby's wedding and her father. You'll be happier if you just ignore it like the rest of the neighborhood.
Knock, knock.
Morning, Clary.
Morning, Truby.
I tried to call and tell you I was running late. No answer.
I was over at the high school. I was out at the crack of dawn.
Oh, Aunt Elle, this is the former First Lady of Chief Pen, Mrs. Belcher. Clary, this is Aunt Elle. She's taking Judy's place.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, I'm a little embarrassed. If I'd known I was going to be meeting new people, I'd have taken a little more pride in my appearance. I've been over the dedication of our new football field. I'm not always this windblown.
Oh, Aunt Elle, they named the stadium after her late husband, Lloyd Belcher Memorial Coliseum. The team's voted her all sorts of special titles.
And I have the pom-poms to prove it. What is your name, dear?
My married name's Dupuy.
I don't believe I know any Dupuy. please?
I just moved here. I'm originally from Swallow.
Oh, that explains it. Ruby, I thought I brought you those recipes.
Larry, the reason I called is, do you mind if I do Shelby first?
Oh, that's fine. I'll amuse myself. Shelby is the most important one today. Oh, that man, I'm funny. I think that situation is worse than ever.
Oh, and now we're going to need more towels. They're stacked up next to the washing machine. Woo.
Sweet girl, where'd you find her?
She heard I had a position open and she just walked in. I think there's a story here.
What makes you say that?
For starters, she's married, but she lives at Ruth Robeline's alone.
Oh, I'd get to the bottom of this if I were you. You have some nice silverware you'd like to keep.
I'm not too concerned about that. She's very nice. I just love the idea of hiring someone with a past.
She can't be more than 18. She hasn't had time to have a past.
Honey, this is the 80s. If you can achieve puberty, you can achieve a past. And now, how'd you make this coffee?
Like you said, I poured hot water through the thing.
Where'd you get the water?
It was boiling on the stove.
Did you notice the hot dogs in the bottom of the pot?
No!
Well, make some more, please.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, I love a good hot dog, just not with cream and sugar.
She's probably not an international spy, but if she works out, I may let her rent my garage apartment.
I thought the twins were going to live there while they go to the college.
Oh, recent developments. Louie's going away to LSU now, and Poots decided to go work for my cousin in Baltimore. He doesn't want to be called Poot anymore. Oh, my babies are growing up.
It's hard to believe your kids are old enough to leave the nest.
Well, as you know, I was a child bride. Oh, I just look at the bright side. I have some places to visit now, and I've always wanted to go to Baltimore. I've heard it's the hairdo capital of the world.
Oh, here they are. I'm getting so fat I couldn't feel
Oh,
them.
the recipe's good. Let me see. Sounds delicious.
It is, and the Bisquick makes it so simple. And this is from my daughter-in-law. She says you cannot attend a function in Tickfall where this is not served.
Oh, those chocolate chips, semi-sweeter milk.
Milk?
It's the Cairo syrup lighter jar.
Matter of taste.
Where's that other one you were telling me about? Cup.
Oh, that's so easy you don't have to write it down. Cup of flour, cup of sugar, cup of fruit cocktail with the juice. Mix it up and bake at 350 till gold and bubbling.
Sounds awfully rich.
It is. So I serve it over ice cream to cut the sweetness. Get me a piece of paper, I'll copy it down for you.
And now, give Miss Clary some paper. Oh, I believe there's something stuck on the Frigidaire under the crawfish. Here's this article on Princess Di. Sometimes I wonder if Dry Eaton's brain gets enough oxygen. That is so annoying.
I live next door to it.
Hi, everybody! Ah, there she is! It's my girl. Come right on there.
Ruby, it's so good to see you. Morning, Miss Clary. Oh, it's not that I'm being unfriendly. I'm just worried about my nails.
Oh, what a pretty color.
If it doesn't dry too dark, if it's too dark, it'll never do. You know, the colors are never the same as in the bottle.
You will always find that to be true.
Oh, this is drying way too dark.
Practically pink my foot.
Ruby, do you have any of those nail polish remover things?
They're right there. Where's your mama?
Right behind you, I thought. Hi, I'm Shelby Eatonton.
Soon to be luxury.
Hi, I'm Nell. I'm new.
Today's Aunt Elle's birthday.
Well, Annelle, you are working with the best. Anyone who's anybody gets a hair done at Truby's.
Absolutely. Shelby, you know I'd walk on my lips to avoid criticizing anybody. But your daddy is about to make us all pull our hair out, and that's bad for my business.
Well, he should be finished with his yard work soon.
Oh, I hope so.
You're not the only one concerned. Mama's about to have a fit. She and Daddy are fighting like cats and dogs.
They're just anxious with so much going on.
No, they're not. They just like to create as much tension as possible in any given situation. It's a creed they live by.
You know, I was just reading an article in Glamour about tension during family occasions. Seems there can be a lot of stress and trauma. The thing I found most interesting is stressful times unleash deep, dark hostilities that make your hair fall out.
They're fighting over patio furniture. Jackson and I will never fight about silly things. Are you married now?
Oh, I hope that coffee's better.
It smells right.
How pretty.
It's Princess Grace.
Oh, did you bring me a picture of that hairdo like I asked?
Here you go. Study it carefully. Here's a baby's breath.
This is so exciting. I feel like I'm present at the creation. There's something so wondrous about the way a bride looks. I feel its beauty in its purest form. Oh, where are you going to put all this stuff there? There's no baby's breath in this picture.
Oh, you just stick it in. It's meant to frame my face. Baby's breath is part of my whole decoration concept for that total romantic look. Oh, Miss Claire, you want cute shoes.
Oh, you think so? I'm not so sure. I think they might be a bit too racy for me. I'll probably give them away.
Oh, Clary, those are too cha-cha for words. If you want to get rid of them, I'll buy them from you.
What size do you wear?
Well, in a good shoe, I'll wear a size 6, but 7s feel so good to buy a size 8.
These are 8.5.
Perfect.
Hi, Mama. Look at Miss Clary's shoes.
They're mine.
Is this a riddle?
Oh, and now, this is my mama. How are things back at the house?
Oh, fine. Weezer at Boudreaux. Just this second, drop by to talk to your father. One or both of them is probably lying in a pool of blood by now. Hello, did you say an L? What a pretty name. Unusual. I'm Leah.
How's the mother of the bride?
Don't ask.
What's wrong?
Nothing a handful of prescription drugs couldn't cure.
Here, let me take this.
Oh, put it over there, please.
Hey, now you can go ahead and shampoo Mrs. Eatonton. These girls have got mountains to move today.
Ain't that the truth?
Her coiffure card is right on top.
Oh, piece of cake.
Mama, this color's all wrong. It looks like a stuffed pig bled all over my hands.
I'm sure I have some at the house that'll do.
But do you have pink?
Of course I have pink.
Well, it has to be delicate.
If I don't have some, then we'll send one of the boys to get you some delicate pink nail polish.
Great idea, Mama. I'd love to see what Tommy'd pick out.
Anything I can do to help out at the last minute?
Oh, you've done plenty, Clary. I think we've got everything situated. We just finished borrowing every fern in North Louisiana. The boys got in last night. They're taking care of the odds and ends.
Well, I hope the rain holds off. I'm sorry it's not a prettier day.
Oh, this is perfect weather for me. I don't function well when it's hot. I love cloudy days. On cloudy days, I feel like God isn't trying very hard, so I don't have to either.
She does sweat profusely.
Thank you, Mama.
Heat never bothers me. I love it. But spicy foods make me sweat. Especially the top of my head. My hair gets wet.
I'll get it.
I bet that's for me. It's probably my mind trying to locate my body.
Hello? Yes, sir, she is. Hold on a minute. Melinda, it's your husband.
Yes, Ron? I don't know. I haven't got it. I don't have it. Ron, if you're trying to drive me crazy, you're too late. But last time, I don't have it. As the boys, mine.
What Daddy want?
Nothing.
So we want to sweep it up, leave some softness around the
Sweep it off?
Yes, Mama, up like Princess Grace.
Did you return the picture of Jacqueline Smith?
No, I brought the picture of Princess Grace. I destroyed the picture of Jacqueline Smith.
But I thought I had made you understand the advantages of the Jacqueline Smith hairdo.
No, Mama.
Well, at least I talked about that stupid idea of sticking that baby's breath all in her hair.
You keep your head in the sink, please.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. I find cold water refreshing. It just startled me, that's all.
Ruby, can I copy your recipe for strawberry pie?
Sure. Oh, Shelby, your mama doesn't tell us much. What's Jackson like?
Well, he's pretty swell. I thought he was a pest at first, but then he kind of grew on me, and now I love him.
Where'd you meet him?
At a party at the Petroleum Club in Shreveport. I had no idea who he was, but I was getting the biggest kick out of watching him on the dance floor. It was painfully obvious he'd never taken the time to dance in front of a mirror. There was just something so attractive about how stupid he looked.
Is he real romantic?
No. But he does bring me flowers and little presents if I bug him enough. He's promised to give me a red rose on every anniversary, corresponding to the number of that anniversary. I think that's so sweet.
Well, that's a pretty romantic idea, isn't it?
Yes. I wish it had been his.
Lloyd and I missed it to 40 years by just 3 months, that stinker. Bless his heart, he tried. He just couldn't make it.
Do you remember your wedding?
Oh, of course, I remember everything about it. The food, the flowers, Weezer was my maid of honor. Oh, Shelby, I hope that you and Jackson will be just as happy as Lloyd and I were. We had such a good time. Till last November. Well, at least he hung on for the state playoffs.
Miss Clary, there are still good times to be had.
Oh, sure, but I miss the whirlwind of being the mayor's wife. It's not easy being just one. I don't like going to things by myself, and if I go with another couple, I'm a third wheel, and if I go with a friend of mine, we're just a couple of old biddies.
Oh, well, someone like you should be able to find something to occupy her time.
Well, I really do love football, but it's hard to parlay that into a reason to live.
Let's face it, Clary, you're a woman coming to terms with her grips. We're in the same boat. My kids are leaving town, and I have a husband who hasn't moved from in front of the TV set in 15 years. It's up to us to figure out why we were put on this earth. That's today's sermon. So, Shelby, are you and Jackson going to live in West Monroe or Monroe proper?
Monroe, of course. His law practice is there.
Shelby, you are so lucky. Louisiana lawyers do well whether they want to or not.
I don't really care. Oh, don't get me wrong, the money's real nice, but I just like the idea of growing old with somebody. My dream is to get old and sit on the back porch just covered with grandchildren and say no and stop that.
Are you going to quit nursing?
Never, I love it. I love being around all those babies. Last week we had this poor little fella, 2.5 months premature. He looked like a big rat. I just kept talking to him and holding him, but I knew he wasn't going to make it.
That's so sad.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Graham and I feel that Shelby should not work anymore after she gets married.
I am so anxious to discuss this topic for the 900th time this week.
You shouldn't be on your feet all day. You should be kinder to your circulatory system.
And now, I know you're new and all, but don't let that stop you. Anytime you have anything to say, you just let her rip.
I don't have anything to say.
Oh, well, then you're ready to roll. I think we can trust in Al to roll you up, don't you? And Al, do you think you can roll up Mrs. Eatonton?
I don't know. Today is very special, and my work tends to be too poofy when I'm nervous. Does your dress have to go over your head?
You can't screw up her hair. Just tease it. Make it look like a blonde football helmet.
I must have missed the passage in Emily Post that says all abuse must be heaped on the mother of the bride.
Go ahead, Annelle. I'm sure you'll do a beautiful job.
Doesn't matter what I look like anyway.
Oh, hush, girls. So, Shelby, tell me about the wedding. How many bridesmaids?
9.
Good Lord.
Exactly.
I hope that photographer brings a wide-angle lens.
I think it's embarrassing and awful, but Mama made me have my cousins and Margie St. Marie.
Shelby, there was no way around it if you know
It'd
it.
be pretentious. Daddy always says an ounce of pretension is worth a pound of manure.
The poet laureate of Dogwood Lane.
Mama, I wish you'd get off Daddy's back. He gets enough hassle from Miss Weezer.
Well, what are your colors, Shelby?
Blush and bashful.
Her colors are pink and pink.
Blush and bashful.
I ask you, how precious is this wedding going to get?
My colors are blush and bashful. I've chosen 2 shades of pink. One is much deeper than the other.
The bridesmaids' dresses are beautiful.
Oh, and the ceremony will be too. All the walls are banked with sprays of flowers in the 2 shades of blush and bashful. And there's a pink carpet laid specially for the service, and pink silk bunting draped over anything that would stand still.
That sanctuary looks like it's been hosed down with Pepto-Bismol.
I like pink.
I tried to talk her into using peaches and cream. Oh, that would be so lovely this time of year. All the azaleas in our yard are peach-colored. Peach is so flattering to every skin tone.
No way. Pink is my signature color.
What color is your dress, Malin?
Peach and cream?
Clary,
the knee.
Woo! Oh, Shelby, I'm wearing a sexy blue chiffon. Jackson's gonna take one look at me and leave you behind in the dust.
Mama's dress is gorgeous. It costs more than my wedding dress.
It did not. It was on sale.
Oh, that's what she told Daddy. What she actually meant is that it was for sale, not on sale.
I'll get that, Clary. Hello. Oh, hi, Janice. Yeah, I heard. Oh, I know it's an emergency, huh? But I'm dealing with Shelby today. But tomorrow's Sunday. Sure. Fine. Come by after church. Uh-huh.
Truly, you shouldn't give up your Sunday.
Well, you know how neurotic Janice Van Meter is about her appearance.
Janice is the current mayor's wife. We hate her.
Oh, Shelby, fill me in on the reception.
Well, there'll be ferns and twinkly lights. There'll be magnolias in the pool.
I just hope your father doesn't get any magnolias from Weezer's side of the tree. We'll never hear the end of it.
The wedding cake will be by the pool. The groom's cake will be hidden in the cardboard.
Shelby and I agree on one thing.
The groom's cake, it's awful. It's in the shape of a giant armadillo.
An armadillo?
Jackson wanted a cake in the shape of an armadillo. He has an aunt that makes them.
It's unusual.
It's repulsive. It has gray icing. I can't even think how you would make gray icing.
Worse, the cake part is red velvet cake, blood red. People are going to be hacking into this animal that looks like it's bleeding to death.
The rehearsal supper was an experience.
It wasn't that bad. It was out at Jackson's uncle's place on the river.
They served steak and baked potatoes. They went to a lot of trouble.
His family loves to barbecue.
For dessert, they served an original creation called Dago Pie. I think that says it all. Jackson's from a good old Southern family with good old Southern values. You either shoot it, stuff it, or marry it.
They are simply outdoorsy, that's all.
Well, did y'all do anything especially romantic?
We drove down to Frenchman's Point and went parking.
Shelby, really?
Woo, boy, the romantic part. This is what really melts my butter.
Then we went skinny dipping and did things that frightened the fish.
Shelby!
It's been a long time since we've had a youngster in this place, hasn't it?
And we talked and talked and talked.
Oh, I love those kind of talks in the arms of the man you love.
Actually, we fought most of the time.
What?
Because I told him I couldn't marry him.
What? Now, why would you go and do a thing like that?
Oh, well, it's okay now. We worked it all out.
Just one of those last-minute jitter things.
No. Oh, but the wedding's still on.
Well, thank goodness. Because this is going to be in the Hairdo Hall of Fame.
Shelby, you scared us. Now, that wasn't a nice thing to do to your mama. Well, you should never say a thing like that to a woman who was marinating 50 pounds of crab claws.
But making up can be so romantic. You know, I'm jealous. I miss romance so much.
It can't be that bad.
The last romantic thing my husband did was in 1972. He enclosed this carport so I could support him.
Very nice, Annelle. You look like you know what you're doing.
Thank you. Mrs. Eatonton, you have great hair, and your scalp's clean as a whistle.
I tried.
You know, my friend in the family, Shelby has such pretty hair, so thick. Hold your head up, darling.
Stop it.
Shelby.
Malin!
Oh, honey.
I'll get some juice.
Ruby, there's some candy in my purse.
Have a peppermint.
Shelby, we're getting you some juice.
Should I get her a
No,
cookie or something?
She'll bring you some juice.
Here's the juice.
Shelby, you need some juice.
Leave me alone.
Drink some juice.
Drink the juice,
No.
honey.
Oh, who can blame her juice after a
Mama,
peppermint?
stop it. I
another sip.
No.
It's not any wonder with all this wedding nonsense and running around.
Excuse me, should I call the doctor or something?
No.
Shelby's a diabetic.
She just got a little too much insulin, that's all. She'll be fine if we get something in her. Drink some more, Shelby.
I'm gonna leave if you don't leave me alone.
I'd love to see you try. Shelby, cooperate. Drink.
Honey, drink, please.
There we go. There we go. That's a start.
That one hit her quick.
Yes, she's on the pill now. Her hormones are running wild. She'll get an even keel pretty soon.
Oh, well, then she could hurt herself. What if this happened while she was driving her car?
Perhaps that explains why I have so much gray hair. But you know Shelby as long as I have. You know I have to let her be strong. She doesn't seem to be down too deep.
Talk to her, Shelby.
No.
That's good enough.
She's been so upset lately. She and Jackson have been going round and round. Dr. Michaud told her at her last appointment that children are not possible.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
Well, there, she's making some sense. This wasn't bad at all, but I think she should have a little more juice.
Can I do something?
No. She'll be fine. Just a minute. She probably won't remember anything. Don't fuss over her. Normality is very important to Shelby.
So sorry to hear about the children part, Malin.
I know. She feels that Jackson might be throwing away his chance for children. They've discussed it. He seems to have taken it all right. Shelby's the one who's pushing the issue. He's crazy about
He
her.
said, shut up, don't be stupid. There's plenty of kids out there that need good homes. We'll adopt 10 of them. We'll buy them if we have to.
Jackson sounds like good people to me.
I knew right then and there. He was dumb enough to spend the rest of his life with me. I was dumb enough to marry him. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mama.
Hello.
Oh, hi. Yeah, just a second, Malin. It's Tommy, Shelby.
Shelby.
Shelby, it's Tommy. He wants to know where your car is.
Oh, absolutely not. That's the honeymoon getaway car. He just wants to defile it. Jonathan says he's been buying condoms by the case.
She'll have to call you back.
Thank you, Mama.
Now sit up straight. I've got to gild the lilies. You gonna take your hair down after the reception? I will be glad to give you a touch-up before you leave on the honeymoon.
Well, I'm gonna leave it up as long as possible.
Oh, let me guess where the honeymoon is. I picture tropical. Moonlight for days, secluded. Someplace where you can be intimate out of doors.
Las Vegas.
The weather's supposed to be nice. I hear it's like living in a blow dryer.
Shelby, and that's what Jackson said.
Mama, I'd rather not talk about it. What happens in my life now is between Jackson and me. Jackson will take care of me, and I will take care of him.
You can't blame people for being concerned about you, darling.
What Jackson said about children, about adoption, was wonderful and very wise. Not being able to have children is no disgrace. Shelby, did you hear what I said?
Mama, I know all about adoption. I also know the limitations of this body of mine. I would never do anything stupid.
Finally, you're listening to reason.
Shelby, you're gonna have to start untangling this baby's breath.
Oh, Shelby, no!
Mama, it is my wedding, and I will stick baby's breath up my nose if I want to.
She's got enough.
Fine. I'm supposed to be the expert on behavior, and I can't seem to manage the people in my own family.
Oh, did you tell them, Mama?
Tell us what?
Oh, it's nothing really. I might be promoted to administrator of the Mental Guidance Center.
Oh, wonderful. That guidance center does such good work for the disturbed.
I wish I'd taken my boys there when they were little and straightened them out. I should have known Louis had problems when his imaginary playmates wouldn't play with him.
Your boys grew up fine. They're just a little scary, that's all.
I just know it must be fun for Lynn to have access to all that secret personal information.
Oh, come on, Malin.
Tell us some of your most bizarre mental cases and let us guess who they are. There are a lot of sick tickets in this town.
I will not discuss office business in a social setting. People need a place they can come unload their problems. I can never violate their confidence.
When Mama says she doesn't talk, she means it. She's a brick wall.
As my mama always said, if you don't have anything nice to say about anybody, come sit by me.
Do you realize we are being rude to poor Annette?
Ale.
She doesn't know us from Adam's house cat. We just keep talking about things foreign to her experiences. And now tell us about yourself.
There's nothing to tell.
Where do you live?
On the corner of Jefferson and 2nd.
Which corner?
The one where you can't see the house full of the weeds.
You must live in Miss Roblin's house.
She's my landlady.
Are you getting along with her?
What's the matter with her?
Oh, nothing. Are you happy there?
She scares me. She's always watching me. Sometimes I catch her looking through my keyhole.
Oh, dear me. Don't worry. She's probably not taking her medication. I'll check on her Monday. Shelby, would you like to finish off that juice?
I'm fine, Mama. Why don't you finish
Oh,
it?
why don't you drink it? It's going to be a while before the bridesmaids' lunch.
Truby, you know what you need in here? You need a radio. Music's wonderful to have in the background. It takes the pressure off having to talk so much.
I had a radio, but I slammed it against the wall when I couldn't figure out where the batteries went. Now I know I was a victim of premenstrual syndrome.
I've got 4 radios for wedding presents. I'll give you one.
Oh, how sweet.
Now, what did I just hear? Oh, yes. The Antilli family is selling KPPD. I wonder how much radio stations sell for.
A lot, but a small-town radio station can be a license to print money if it's run right.
Miss Clary, you should buy KPPD. You got plenty of money.
Now, what would I do with a radio station? Oh, I never did have any head for business. Lloyd took care of all that stuff.
Shelby, why don't you finish off that juice?
Forget the damn juice.
Shelby will be fine now. Anyway, I always carry some mints in my bag just in case.
Then take some of that butterscotch in that dish. Clary, put some in her bag. They're the best. They start out real hard, but once you suck all the coating off, they get real chewy. My 2 favorite things, crunchy and chewy and buttery all in one. Delicious.
Well, Lynn, you always carry candy in your bag.
Without fail.
And tell me, do you suck on this often?
Oh, Clary, put that bag.
I just hate it when people bring weapons into my shop.
How did you get Daddy's gun away from him?
I had been waiting all morning for my chance. He finally put it down to go to the bathroom.
I'd like to ask a question. I'm new here and all. Is my life in danger?
No, his husband's just been shooting at some birds. The trees around here are full of them this time of year.
You see, our backyard is full of fruit trees.
Which are full of birds. Daddy's been trying to frighten the birds out of the trees by making loud noises. I didn't want the guests at my reception to spend all night dodging bird dew.
The neighborhood is fit to be tied. Weezer Woodrow blames my husband's gunshots for the problems of that mangy dog of hers. She insists all the noises made that stupid animal lose its hair.
Taking that gun away from him was a stroke of genius, Malia.
I know.
But what if he comes over here and tries to get his gun back?
Oh, Drum would never set foot in a beauty shop. This is women's territory. He probably thinks we all run around naked or something.
There's somebody coming. The strange lady with the strange dog.
That'll be Weezer.
That is one ugly dog. What kind of dog is that?
If Red had hair, he'd be a collie.
Lord, give us strength.
This is it. I have found it. I am in hell.
Morning, Weezer.
Don't try to get on my good side. I no longer have one.
You're early. You're not expected till 11-ish.
That is precisely why I'm here. I have to cancel. I have to take my poor dog to the vet before he has a nervous breakdown. My dog, I mean, the vet is perfectly healthy. You must be the new girl.
Hi.
May I have a glass of water? I've been screaming this morning.
Weezer, I'm sorry. This whole thing has gotten out of hand.
It's not your fault, Lynn. I used to think you were crazy for marrying that man. Then I thought for a few years you were just a glutton for punishment. Now I realize you must be on some mission from God. I have not slept in days. I look like a dog's dinner. However, when I got up this morning, I decided I would try to rise above it. I'd start anew. Whatever that man has done, I would overlook it. In honor of your wedding day, Shelby, I thought I would make myself a little presentable, floss up the house, in case somebody wanted to drop in, it being a big day in the neighborhood and all. So, I go out to cut some fresh flowers for the living room. I go down to my magnolia tree, and there is not a bloom on it.
Weezer, the judge has not decided whose tree that is exactly.
It's mine. Be that as it may, it would not be too much to ask for me to have one blossom to brighten my home. I'm all alone except for my dog.
You need something in your life beside that dumb animal.
Put a lid on it, Clary. I was standing there looking at my naked magnolia tree when I saw a drum across the way loading what appeared to be a cannon. I asked him, what happened to all those magnolia blossoms? He said, the wind probably blew them off during the night. Then I asked him how the wind managed to blow them all off into your pool. Then he fired at me. Is that rude or what?
They're blanks, and Drum would never aim a gun at a lady.
Oh, he's a real gentleman. I'll bet he takes the dishes out of the sink before he pees in it.
That's uncalled for.
All I know is my poor animal has to be sedated. He has a condition.
Are you sure that's true? Red is a very old dog.
I am simply going on what the vet tells me.
Which vet?
Whitey Black.
That's your first mistake. Whitey Black is a moron. I'm not even sure he has opposable thumbs.
Miss Weezer, Daddy's not trying to drive you crazy. He's trying to make our reception nice. His heart's in the right place.
But he cannot do this to my dog. My dog is on his last legs. Now what am I going to do with the poor animal?
I got a lot of good recipes here.
Carole, whatever your name is, would you look out the window and check on my dog while I smack Clary on her smart mouth? You may not believe this, but these are the dearest friends I have in this town.
His color's good. His skin's real pink.
Well, I know for a fact there will be no more gunshots. So why don't you just relax, Miss Weezer, have some coffee.
Oh, ladies, this is going to work out beautifully. I'm almost finished with Shelby. And now you can shampoo Weezer.
See, life can be wonderful.
All right. As long as there are no more gunshots, I'll stay. What is your name? Did you tell me?
I am.
Fine. Are you new in town? I know everyone. I don't recall ever seeing you before.
I just moved to town not too long ago.
With your family?
No, ma'am. I don't have any family to speak of.
With your husband?
With my husband? That's hard to say. I don't know.
Oh. You don't know?
I'm not sure.
I'm intrigued. Are you married or not? These are not difficult questions.
We're not. He's not. I can't talk about it.
Of course you can.
I'm not sure if I'm married or not. He's gone.
Oh, honey, men are the most horrible creatures.
Everything is horrible. Bunky, that's my husband. He left. We only moved here a month ago and he just vanished last week.
You have no idea where he went?
Nobody knows. He took all the money, my jewelry, the car, most of my clothes are in the trunk.
There might have been foul play. Have you been to the police?
No, but they've been to me. He's in big trouble with the law. Drugs or something. He never paid the rent, so I got thrown out of our house and had to move in at Crazy on Miss Robolines. The police keep questioning me, but I don't know anything. They say my marriage may not be legal.
Well, you should have said something.
I was scared to. I need a job in the worst way. to you that my personal tragedy will not interfere with my ability to do good hair.
Of course it won't.
I really don't think things could get any worse.
Of course they can.
You are so
You
brave.
must be made of courage.
I'm totally alone. Checks are bouncing everywhere. Everything is going wrong. I keep asking myself, why me?
We are awful. We are all hateful, awful people. Hero, we've been talking about his weddings and psychotic animals. We've been tearing you up inside, haven't we? I can't tell you how sorry I am. You've had such a terrible time of it. Sometimes we just don't know how lucky we are.
What can we do to help?
Well, I know one thing I can do. Tonight you were going to drop by my house for some bleeding armadillo groom's cake. It's going to be a great party.
I couldn't. I still get real emotional sometimes.
Oh, I can't stand the thought of somebody being unhappy or alone tonight. Oh, and if you feel yourself start getting sad, you just watch my husband dance. It's very funny.
You're all so nice.
Well, we enjoy being nice to each other. There's not much else to do in this town.
But I don't have anything to wear.
Oh, that's no problem. I bet I have something that'll do. Let me call the house.
Now, if you're interested, my garage apartment will be available soon. My son's living there now. Just give me a day to straighten it up and sweep out the bed, then come have a look at it. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement with the rent.
Oh, good. Jonathan, you have to do me a favor. Yes, now. Go to my closet and bring me 2 or 3 of my Sunday things. Just anything. Use your judgment. Very well. Bring me the pink dress with the white collar, the pink suit with the cherries pinned on the jacket, and the pink and white polka dot. No, Jonathan, Mama doesn't have Daddy's gun. Don't you have better things to do? What? Well, stop it now.
Something the matter?
We'll see. Yes!
What in the hell?
What happened? Daddy tied explosives on Jonathan's old G.I. Joe bow and arrow, and he shot him into the trees.
Nobody was hurt. Well, the birds are flying every which way, and there's some white smoke billowing up from your backyard.
Looks like Trump has set his trees on fire, or he's just elected a new pope.
I guess it worked. All the birds are leaving.
This is all she wrote. I'm gonna let that man have it.
Oh no, your dog broke his chain, Daddy. And yours as well.
Oh, no, that dog will eat trouble on. That drum is unarmed.
Weezer, do something.
Hold your dog. Weezer, he'll listen to you.
Please, Miss Weezer, it's my wedding day. Say something to your dog.
Kill Reggie!
We got an early start because of the traffic. We wanted to drop in on Jackson's parents on the way down here.
What a treat.
You have to catch them early. On Saturdays, they leave the house at the crack of dawn to start hunting furry little creatures.
You must not visited long.
No, we didn't. I could tell they were anxious to start killing things. We dropped by the house first. Nobody was there. Where's Trudy?
Oh, she and Annelle are out back sticking pennies in the fuse box. They decorated that little tree. When I plugged it in, all these lights blew.
Oh. What are those things?
Red plastic poinsettia earrings. They are a gift from Annelle. She has discovered the wonderful world of arts and crafts.
Oh. Are Tommy and Jonathan home yet?
Oh, yes, Jonathan got home yesterday morning. He loves his classes. It's all he can talk about. I think the main thing architecture school has taught him is how much he should hate his parents' house. Tommy arrived last night and immediately started terrorizing your father. It's nice having the family home for Christmas.
Oh, some things never change.
And how are you, honey?
Oh, I am so good, Mama. I'm just great.
You're looking well. Is Jackson at the house?
No. You know how twitchy he gets? I send him to look for stocking stuffers.
Good thinking.
Jackson and I have something to tell you. We wanted to tell you when you and Daddy were together, but you're never together, so it's every man for himself. I'm pregnant.
Shelby,
I'm gonna have a baby.
I realize that.
Well, is that it? Is that all you're gonna say?
What do you expect me to say?
Something along the lines of congratulations.
Congratulations.
Would it be too much to ask for a little excitement? I mean, not too much. I wouldn't want you to break a sweat or anything.
I'm in a state of shock.
In June. Oh, Mama, you gotta help me plan. We're getting a new house. Jackson and I are going house hunting next week. Jackson loves to hunt for anything.
What does Jackson say about all this?
Oh, he is so excited. He says he doesn't care whether it's a boy or a girl, but I know he really wants a son so badly. He can taste it. He's so cute about the whole thing. It's all he can talk about. Jackson Latchery Jr.
But does he ever listen? I mean, when doctors and specialists give you advice, I know you never listen. But does he? I guess as he didn't have to carry the baby, it really doesn't concern him.
Mama, please, don't be mad. I couldn't bear it if you were. It's Christmas.
I'm not mad, Shelby. This is just hard. I thought that, I don't know.
Oh, Mama, I want a
But
child.
what about the adoption proceedings? You have filed so many applications.
Mama, it didn't take us long to see the handwriting on the wall. No judge is going to give a baby to someone with my medical track record. Jackson even put out some feelers about buying one.
People do it all the time.
Mama, listen to me. I want a child of my own. I think it would help things a lot.
I see.
Mama, I know. Don't think I haven't thought this through. Oh, you can't live a life if all you do is worry, and you worry too much. In some ways, that's a great comfort to me. I never worry because I know you're worrying enough for the both of us. And Jackson and I have given this a lot of thought.
Oh, has he really? Well, there is a first time for everything.
Don't start on Jackson.
Shelby, your poor body has been through so much. Why'd you deliver it?
Mama, diabetics have healthy babies all the time.
You are special. There are limits to what you can do.
Mama, listen to me. I have it all planned. I'm going to be very careful. This time next year, I'm going to be bringing you a big, healthy grandbaby to the Christmas festival. No one is going to be hurt or disappointed or even inconvenienced.
Least of all Jackson, I am sure.
You are jealous. Because you no longer have any say-so in what I do, and that drives you up the wall. You're ready to spit nails because you can't call the shots.
I did not raise my daughter to torture me this way.
Yes, you did. Mama, whenever any of us asked you what you wanted us to be when we grew up, what did you say?
Oh, Shelby, I'm not in the mood to play games.
What did you say? Just tell me what you said. Answer me.
I said all I wanted was for you to be happy.
Okay. thing that would make me happy is to have a baby. If I could adopt one, I would, but I can't. I'm going to have a baby. I wish you would be happy too.
I wish. I don't know what I wish.
Mama, I don't understand why you always have to make everything so difficult. I look at having this baby as the opportunity of a lifetime. Oh, sure, there's risk involved. That's true for anyone, but you get through it and life goes on. When it's all said and done, there'll be this little piece of immortality with Jackson's looks and my sense of style, I hope. Mama, please, I need your support. I would rather have 30 minutes of wonderful than a lifetime of nothing special.
They're on, Trudy!
Please, don't tell anyone yet. I want to tell Daddy first.
I never tell anyone anything.
Okay, see, come on my neck right here.
Oh, Trudy, Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho! And now we have a special mystery guest. You're just in time to have the honor of lighting our tree of beauty.
How precious. And what a novel idea to trim it with hair things.
It was all Annelle's idea. She's got quite an eye for the unusual.
You did all this. Guilty. Trudy just turned the decorating responsibility over to me. I like things, and I despise the commercialization of Christmas. Always have. So I went to the fire sale at the Baptist bookstore in Shreveport last month. They had mismatched manger scenes at incredibly low prices. I cleaned them out of baby Jesus's, which Trudy's husband helped me modify into ornaments. Very simple. Tiny white lights, baby Jesus's, and spoolies.
My husband's redoing the Pizzo room so Nell can have a workshop for her handicrafts. That little garage apartment is so cramped.
Isn't that nice? Are your boys coming home for Christmas?
No. Louis brought his girlfriend home at Thanksgiving. The nicest thing I can say about her is that all her tattoos are spelled correctly.
It's gonna be me and now the old man. Come on, do the honors, Missy. We're gonna blow up again.
See, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, I know your mama's happy if you get in early enough to make the festival. I hear it's gonna be the best ever. More fireworks, a nativity made entirely of sparklers, more lights on the downtown bridge. Oh, and a huge new sign on the riverbank says, I heart Chief Benfair. It's gonna be spectacular. Guess who the Grand Marshal of the parade is?
Oh,
Wayne Newton.
no! Yeah!
Well, I wouldn't miss the Christmas festival for the world. Mama, while I'm thinking, I brought some white chocolate cherry cheesecakes for our open house.
That doesn't sound like finger food to me.
Well, they're bite-sized like this.
Fine, I'm sure you know what you're doing.
Hey, Neil.
Perfect. And Mama, I've been going through my closets, getting rid of stuff. I brought you some things I don't want. I've hardly worn. I thought maybe your patients might be a little less disturbed if they had something stylish to wear.
And I know the chair. Shelby, if you don't have any special plans for those clothes, could I have them? Riverview Baptist has a clothes closet for the poor. We're real low on women's dresses.
Sure. Well, that's a wonderful idea. They're in the car. I'll get them in a minute.
Breaks my heart you won't go to the Methodist church with me. Riverview Baptist is just a little too praise the Lord for my taste.
Some of them do get a little carried away, but there's nothing wrong with that.
No. A lot of Mama's mental patients are born-again Christians. I mean that only in the best sense of the word.
Well, we're just happy that Annelle is settling down and finding her way. She's had a few rough months, haven't you, honey?
Oh, after they finally threw Bunky to put behind bars and I was rid of him, I went wild. Drinking, running around, smoking.
Jezebel.
But Trudy helped me see the error of my ways. I realized I have something to offer. I've gone to church last night. Trudy helped me to see I have talents. I have given guest lectures on beauty at the trade school.
Our little Annette's become one of the hottest tickets in town.
Oh, Trudy, stop.
Well,
Yeah. I am enjoying the city more, and I'm so excited about the Christmas festival today. I have wanted to come to this all my life, and now I live here.
Oh, tell her who you have a date with.
Oh, Trudy, will you
Oh, go ahead, Missy. Tell her. Shelby's practically responsible for the whole thing.
Sammy DeSoto?
he has a body that doesn't stop anywhere.
How am I responsible?
He was bartending at your wedding reception last spring. That's when I met him. He makes mean cherry coke.
Romance. This is what I live for. What can we do for you today, Shelby?
No, nothing. I'm beyond help. Last week I discovered the early stages of crow's feet.
Oh, honey, time marches on. And eventually you realize it's marching across your face. How you feeling?
Never better.
My annual pecan tassy.
I know you're the happy one this morning.
Yes, I am. First state championship in 8 years.
You sound awful, Miss Clary.
Oh, darling.
May I bring you some tea?
Oh, yes, that would be nice. Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. I overslept. I didn't get back to town till 1 o'clock. It was a dazzling victory over Dry Frog.
I heard you on the radio last night. You were wonderful.
What were you doing on the radio?
They let me be the color announcer for the Devils. I was fabulous. I was too colorful for words.
Well, that was nice of them to let you talk on the radio.
Nice, nothing. I own the radio station. Yes, KPPD, the station of choice in Jacob and Parish.
Oh, Shelby, how do you like Clary's new short and sassy look?
I love it.
Just wait till I jack it up.
Makes you look younger, Miss Clary.
My hair looks younger. My face looks just as old.
Oh, there is so much going on. The state championship last night, the Christmas festival today, the Messiah sing-along tomorrow.
Life in the big city will spoil you.
Who's Miss Merry Christmas this year?
My niece, Nancy Beth, of course.
She was in at 7 o'clock this morning. I had to position her tiara properly on her head so it wouldn't slip around during the parade. I sprayed her hair within an inch of its life.
Now, why did I have to ask? I should have known. All you Marmillions are gorgeous. Beauty's just genetic in your family.
Nancy Beth is a pretty girl. Do you know she is Miss Merry Christmas, Miss Soybean, and Miss Watermelon?
But dumb as a post.
Empty as the head that wears the crown.
Well, you have to admit, God did a little dance around that family. Drew is so successful. Belle does her own hair. Their children are perfect. They're like a family on TV. They don't have a care in the world.
That's not necessarily true.
Oh?
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I should have won Miss Merry Christmas the year I ran. My talent was very showy.
We told you at the time, Shelby, that fire batons are not everyone's cup of tea.
Well, Mama didn't approve of my twirling fire batons.
I just don't approve when you insist on doing dangerous things.
Mama hated those fire batons.
I never hated anything, Shelby. I supported you. I just couldn't watch you. Your father, on the other hand, had a field day. He got so much pleasure out of standing in the backyard for hours watching you practice holding the garden hose so he could put you out when you caught fire.
My entire pageant ensemble was coordinated in shades of pink, soup to nuts. And I twirled to the music of Hawaii Five-O. It was my theme song.
But we were proud of her.
The year I competed, the swimsuit competition was my downfall. I've always been built for comfort, not for speed. Most women look for a swimsuit that will lift and separate. I look for one that will divide and conquer.
Well, who got the title your year, Miss Clary?
Oh, child, nobody. There wasn't even a Christmas festival when I was in high school. Well, Jesus wasn't even born until I was a junior in college. I remember distinctly, my friends and I were all out watching our flocks by night.
Clary, get down over there and else you can grab your head.
just spit.
Morning, Weezer.
The parade doesn't even start for 4 hours. Already people are parking on my lawn. It'll flatten my grass.
Here, let me hold.
I hate out-of-town tourists.
Hello.
Charlie, what are you doing here?
Being a tourist, I guess, but I won't flatten your grass, I promise.
Good God, you had the good sense to move away from this festival madness. I can't understand why you drag yourself back for a couple of firecrackers and drunk teenagers irping on your shoes.
I like it. Miss Weezer, I think you need a healthy dose of Christmas spirit.
I have so much Christmas spirit, I can scream.
Merry Christmas.
I just finished putting out my yard decorations.
Weezer, keep off the grass signs are not Christmas decorations.
They're bordered in holly. You made them, didn't you?
With my own 2 hands.
Your present's back at the house. I haven't wrapped it yet.
How's Brett?
Oh, getting along fine. As a matter of fact, he's the poster dog for the Christmas festival.
Oh, that is Brett. I didn't recognize him.
Nice to see Rhett with some hair again.
Well, I have to run some errands. Oh, but before I do, Miss Weezer, I've met an old friend of yours,
Oh?
Owen Jenkins.
Oh.
Owen, now there's a blast from the past.
Do you remember him? He remembers you.
Of course I remember him. He had the longest nose hair in the free world.
Well, he doesn't now. He hardly has any hair anywhere.
Owen's been gone from Chinkapin since God was a boy. I'd forgotten he ever existed.
Oh, well, now Owen lives in Monroe and goes to First Presbyterian. He sings in the choir. Well, one night at choir practice, we were doing this especially beautiful Mozart thing. I was moved to tears. Well, he offered me his handkerchief, and we got to talking. Well, when he found out where I was from, he asked me if I knew you. I said, not only did I know you, but you were a neighbor, and your dog has almost killed my father on numerous occasions. He's had a very interesting life. He lived in Ohio somewhere. His wife just died recently, and he's moved back down here.
Does this story have a point?
No, not really. He just remembers you fondly, I think.
Can't imagine why. He wasn't a bad fella, but I managed to run him off and marry the first of 2 total deadbeats.
Ooh, unrequited love, my favorite.
Well, maybe sometime I could arrange for us all to get together.
Maybe not.
Why not?
Shelby, I managed in just a few decades to marry the 2 most worthless men in the universe and proceeded to have the 3 most ungrateful children ever conceived. The only reason people are nice to me is because I have more money than God. I'm not about to open a new can of worms.
Do I detect a negativity in your tone?
If this is really the way you feel, Weezer, it isn't healthy. Now, maybe you should think about coming down and talking to someone at the guidance center. We're there to help.
I am not crazy. I've just been in a very bad mood for 40 years.
Well, Adele, what do you want me to do with those old clothes? I need to get them out of my back seat. Just bring them in. Okay. Then I'm gonna finish my Christmas shopping, Mama.
Oh, I could just shoot you. I hadn't even started.
Please, I haven't even washed the dishes from Thanksgiving.
What'd you get your mom?
Well, I told her this morning what part of it was.
Well, let's hear it, Missy.
I think it's a secret.
Obviously, there is no such thing in this room.
It's up to you, honey.
Well, I'm gonna have a baby.
You've been so quiet this morning, Grandma. Aren't you excited? Come on, smile. It increases your face value.
June 21st.
And those doctors said you couldn't have children. What do they know? I guess you showed them.
The doctor said Shelby shouldn't have children. There's a big difference. Well, I guess you showed us all, Shelby.
I'm gonna go get those old clothes. Oh, Miss Weezer, are you bringing your shrimp meat pies to our open house?
Don't I always? They'll be there.
Good. Solo and Jenkins, I opened the worms for you.
I can't believe she did that. Oh, and after all these years, I'm not sure I can be gracious under pressure.
Shelby. Her heart does get the best of her sometimes.
This baby. That's not exactly great news, is it, my lad?
She wants this so badly. I just don't know.
Oh, boy. I wish I had some words of wisdom, but I don't. So I will just focus on the joy of the situation. Congratulations!
Absolutely.
Diabetics have healthy babies all the time.
It will all be fine.
Of course it will.
Thank you, ladies. You're right. We'll make it through this just fine. You know what they say, that which does not kill us makes us stronger.
What is that girl up to?
Shelby's donating some clothes to the poor.
I hope poor people like pink.
Oh, sure.
Miss Lynn, you sure you don't mind me taking them? If you're
Oh,
patient,
no. Shelby said you can have them, and what she says goes.
That's not true, Mama.
Shelby, you always insist on having the last word.
I do not.
Mrs. Brown, it's about your dog.
But didn't he scare you to death by coming by so late?
It wasn't that late, about 9:30, I guess.
Well, still, someone knocking on my bedroom window after dark would scare the daylights out of me.
Oh, not me. Hope springs eternal, I suppose. I was so disappointed when I realized it was only my nephew.
Well, I just think it's awful for Drew to throw his son out of the house. Parents should never throw their children out of the
My
house.
brother can be very hot-headed when he wants to be, but he really didn't throw Marshall out. Marshall just came over to my house while his daddy cooled off. Oh, I adore Marshall. We stayed up half the night talking last night.
Well, that's it. Are you ready to see the new Shelby Latchery?
I don't know.
Well, you're going to have to sooner or later. Our world is full of reflective surfaces.
I can't believe I'm getting so worked up over something as silly as a haircut.
You look precious.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ta-da!
Oh, gosh. It's so weird.
Well, I did what you wanted, didn't I, honey?
Oh, yes, I didn't mean that. You did a beautiful job. I've just never had short hair, that's all.
It's what we Cosmo girls call a right due passage.
I'm sorry, I'm being so ridiculous.
Oh, honey, please don't cry. Because you know I will too. I have a strict policy that nobody cries alone in my presence.
Ladies, please. Remind me never to take these two to see Dark Victory. They never survive.
Enough. I love my hair.
Ooh, oh, my artistic nature is so relieved.
It's very becoming. I guess with that baby, you just don't have time to spend hours fussing with your hair. You need something you can just run your fingers through and go.
It's totally adorable. Your mama's gonna love it.
Mama's gonna freak out. She thinks I'm just getting it trimmed. I wasn't up to a big debate with her this morning. Now, Truby, let's do my nails.
Ooh, what a treat! Nobody around here ever wants a manicure. I won't know what to charge for a full day of beauty.
Now, I want the works. I want to feel completely pampered today. Mama's gonna want a manicure, too.
I'm gonna paint my front door red and change my name to Elizabeth Arden.
Manicures, saucy new hairdos. What's going on?
Oh, we're always up to something, you know that. But I want to get back to this Drew and Belle nonsense. I hope they reconcile with Marshall. Speaking as a parent, They better get their act together. I do not approve of friction between parents and children.
I think it'll all blow over. I must admit he did go about it the wrong way.
What'd he do?
He marched in, unexpected from Los Angeles, while Drew and Bill were preparing for the annual Marmillion shrimp boil. And Marshall, without so much as a hello, said, Mom and Daddy, I have something to tell you. I have a brain tumor. I have 3 months to live. Well, naturally, Drew and Belle became hysterical.
Oh, yeah?
And then Marshall said, hey, folks, I'm just kidding. I'm only gay.
That was his idea of breaking the news gently.
Well, Drew became incredibly distraught and started throwing wet shrimp at him, screaming at him to get out of his sight. So Marshall came to my house smelling like a can of cat food.
Well, what do you think Drew and Belle are feeling now?
I don't know. They've just considered themselves to be a model family for so long. First with Nancy Beth dethroned from her Miss Merry Christmas title after that unfortunate motel thing.
What motel thing? I don't live here anymore, remember?
Nancy Beth was discovered in a nearby motel with a high political official.
They were both high. They'd been smoking everything but their shoes.
To be the only Miss Merry Christmas in history to be caught with her tinsel down around her knees was a very humiliating experience for the Marmillion family.
How do you feel about Marshall?
Well, I haven't really thought about it. But I want you to know he's always welcome at my house. I'm very proud of him. You know, he built up that chain of sportswear stores all by himself without a penny of family money. He says, I'm a self-made man. I pulled myself up on my own jock straps.
He can always turn a praise. And now we're gonna need some more.
Amen.
Amen. And now we're gonna need some more.
Oh, is it still needs to?
No, it's up.
Oh, okay. Was she praying?
Yes.
Why?
Got me. Maybe she's praying for Marshall and Drew and Belle. Maybe she's praying for us because we were gossiping. Maybe she's praying because the elastic is shot in her pantyhose. Who knows? She prays at the drop of a hat these days.
How long's she been this way?
Since Mardi Gras. She had her choice of going on a Bible weekend with her Sunday school class or going to New Orleans with me and 2 other sinners. She left on Friday a pleasant, well-adjusted young lady. She returned the next Tuesday a Christian.
What's her boyfriend say?
Sammy's so confused he doesn't know whether to scratch his watch or wind his butt. He's crazy about her. He says he could deal with another man in her life, but he has trouble with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
But that stuff makes me feel kind of creepy.
Well, I'm torn. I have 2 sons I'm afraid are going to hell in a handcart, and a semi-daughter who strives to be the kind of girl Jesus would bring home to Mama. I don't know what. I don't understand those people, but they sometimes seem to have a peace about things that I don't have. Maybe I'm just jealous.
And Marshall is so thoughtful. He brought me this pin. It's gold and enamel.
Oh, it's a bug.
It's fine jewelry. Its little eyes are rubies. My birthstone.
Oh, well, does Marshall have you? No, friends?
Well, we talked a little bit about that. I'm such a nosy old thing. I asked him how he met people. Of course, in my day, you could tell by a man's carriage and demeanor which side his bread was buttered on. But today, in this day and age, who knows? So I asked Marshall, how can you tell? And he said, all gay men have track lighting. And all gay men are named Mark, Rick, or Steve. He's such a nut. Track lighting.
What's so funny?
Oh, Miss Clary is just telling us the true story of track lighting.
I love mine. It highlights my new artwork.
Since when do you have track lighting?
Oh, about 3 weeks. It's in my foyer and up the stairs. It was my grandson's idea.
I haven't seen him in ages. How is he?
Steve's fine. I brought you all some tomatoes, first of the season. I didn't expect to see you in town, Shelby.
Well, I'm here.
Well, take some tomatoes back home with you. There's plenty. Boy, your hair's short. Looks good.
Thank you, Miss Weezer. Jack Jr. loves tomatoes. He smears them on the cafe curtains in the kitchen.
Oh, your mama tells you become an incredible gourmet cook.
Well, I try. When we first married, all Jackson wanted was meat, potatoes, and vegetables, just the way his mama made them, cooked to mush. But I've broken him of that. I even got some pate down him last week. He swore it was dog food. Jack Jr. loved it, though.
Carrie, how many tomatoes do you want? Tomatoes have no calories and they're just full of things.
Weezer, you're almost chipper today. Why are you in such a good mood? You run over a small child or something?
Do you or do you not want tomatoes?
Don't give me all of them.
Well, somebody's got to take them. I hate them. I try not to eat healthy food if I can help it.
The sooner this body wears out, the better off I'll be.
I have trouble getting enough grease into my diet.
Then why do you grow them?
Because I'm an old Southern woman. We're supposed to put on funny-looking hats and ugly old dresses and grow vegetables in the dirt. Don't ask me why. I don't make the rules.
You should get some gloves. Your hands look like a couple of T-bone steaks.
Health is the most important thing, Miss Weezer. Trust me on this.
And while I have everyone's attention, this morning I went to my mailbox and I found that someone has put me on the mailing list for the Riverview Baptist Church. Lucky me. I am now receiving chain letters for Christ.
They aren't chain letters. They're part of my prayer group's Reach Out and Touch project. We were each supposed to write somebody in the community we thought was in spiritual trouble and invite them to worship. Guess you made everybody's list.
I think it is in the worst possible taste to pray for perfect strangers.
Reach out to Weezer and you pull back a bloody stump. Shelby, I've just realized you saved me a phone call. Next Friday, Sis Orell and I are driving up to Monroe, and we would like to take you and Jackson to dinner if we may.
Oh, well, I can't on Friday. I'm sorry. What's the occasion?
Well, this might sound a little silly, but we're coming up to go to the little theater. We've got tickets to a play.
Clary, I didn't know you went to see anything that didn't have a goal posted either end.
Now I haven't. But Sis and I decided at Bridge one day that we needed to keep up. We wanted to expose ourselves to a little more culture. That's not easy to come by in this neck of the woods.
Well, exactly what are you exposing yourselves to?
Oh, I don't know. Something. The last thing we saw there was pretty good. It was Shakespeare. Oh, I was a little apprehensive at first. But you know what? When you get right down to it, he writes pretty straightforward stuff. Of course, I must admit, when they hide behind curtains or put little masks over their faces to try and fool people, that got a little silly. Sis fell for it, but I didn't.
Sis Orell is so dumb, she thinks Sherlock Holmes is a subdivision.
Well, anyway, Sis and I like it so much, we are planning a theater trip to New York.
New York? Oh, Clary, I'm green with envy. Promise me to go to the first floor of Bloomingdale's and come back and tell me everything. Woman's Day says it's impossible to walk through there and not get made up.
We're just talking about it. I'm scared to death of getting on the plane.
Oh, piece of cake. You're safer flying than you are in a car. Just sit in the rear. That's the best place to survive the crash.
Miss Weezer, why don't you go to Monroe with Mrs. Clary?
I'm not exposing myself to anything.
You should broaden your horizon.
You broaden your horizons your way, and I'll broaden my horizons mine. I have plans next Friday. I'm going to Shreveport to have my colors done.
Your what?
I'm going to get my colors done. I'm going to find out if I'm summer, spring, fall, or winter. It's a present from Owen.
What are you talking about?
Every person has a particular color in summer, spring, so on. You determine what season you are, then you know what colors look best on you. Then you're given samples of the colors that are in your palette. Oh, it's most helpful when you shop for clothes. It gives you fashion courage.
Well, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Well, it's all the rage.
A lot of my friends in Monroe have had it done.
There's a quiz on that very topic in this family circle right here. I am the epitome of winter.
Why don't you have it done, Shelby? You're so fashion conscious.
Oh no, I'm scared to. I might find out that pink is not in my palette. I don't know if I can live with that.
I have heard it all. I'm going to the theater. I'm going to support the arts in our area.
I'll write a check. I'll support art. I just don't want to see it.
Wouldn't hair lift you, you know.
Let's get one thing straight. I don't see plays because I can nap at home for free. And I don't see movies because they're all trash and full of naked people. I don't read books because if they're any good, they'll be made into a mini-series.
I'm surprised you and Daddy don't get along better than you do. Miss Weezer, how are things with you and Owen? I try to check up on you, but I haven't been able to lately.
They're all right. I enjoy his company on occasion.
I can report that the Sherwood florist delivery truck stops by her house at least twice a week.
He knows I like fresh flowers.
And I can report that there's a strange car parked in her garage at least once a week.
There, my secret's out. I'm having an affair with a Mercedes-Benz.
Weezer, forgive me, but I have been dying to ask you this. Are you and Owen? You know.
Wait. I have to get a mental picture of this.
A dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste. Not that it's any of anyone's business, but no, we are friends. He would like more. I'm dealing with that. But I'm old and set in my ways.
You are playing hard to get.
At her age, she should be playing Beat the Clock. She's just like her old dog. Both have trouble with their new tricks.
Ooh, no talking trash in my shop.
I can't help it if men find me desirable.
Oh, Shelby, when are you going to bring that baby of yours by?
Oh, I brought a picture. Let me show you.
Has he gained any weight?
Well, he's about 15 pounds now.
Oh, God. He is a tiny thing.
Oh, well, he only weighed 1.5 pounds when he was born. He'll catch up. Just give him time.
Oh, bless his heart. Oh, my, those were some anxious hours, weren't they? We didn't know who to worry about the most, you or that baby.
Oh, well, I certainly wouldn't recommend having a baby 3 months premature.
I get upset thinking about it.
Well, then let's don't. Yeah, Jack Jr. is a little fighter. He's gonna wear me out. I wish I knew where he got all his energy.
Well, don't try to do it all by yourself. Get that husband of yours to help out. They're supposed to be helping out this decade.
Who else, I guess? Mama doesn't think you he does, but he does sometimes. Well, when he thinks about it, which isn't very often. Most of the time he doesn't do a damn thing, and then every weekend he's off hunting.
But, Jackson certainly is a very good provider.
Yes, that's true.
And he'll come around. And when he does, I want you to run and tell me how you accomplished it, and I'll get to work on that sofa slug I'm married to.
This one's pretty.
Oh, my favorite. Private Passion. It's luscious without being sleazy. Now, ladies, next week we're going to have to make some time adjustments. I'm going to be here all by my lonesome. And Ella's taking a well-deserved vacation.
Oh, that's nice. Are you taking a trip?
Yes, I am.
Aren't you going to tell us where you're going?
No.
Please, Annelle, I don't know how I'll get through the week without this information.
You'll just make fun.
Oh, Annelle, you know I love it when you go on and on about your spiritual growth. I just can't get enough.
She has a nice little trip planned to Camp Crossroads in the Ozarks.
I don't believe I've heard of a Camp Crossroads.
It's in the middle of Arkansas. It's a Christian camp. There's just cabins, a chapel, a dining hall in the middle of the mountains with a lake. I will spend a week in Bible study, prayer, and meditation. It's in the middle of nature, surrounded by the beauty of the Lord.
Are there water beds?
Please leave her alone.
Well, I'm just trying to find out a little more about Camp Cross-Eyed. I might want to go.
Well, that's a laugh. You've never done a religious thing in your life.
That's not true. When I was in school, a bunch of my friends and I would dress up like nuns and go bar hopping.
Is your boyfriend going with you?
No, he said he'd rather eat dirt.
I'm going to go check up on my granddaughter. Make sure she's still going to the Episcopal Church. This born-again process seems awfully tedious.
I have to say this, Miss Weezer, and I don't mean to hurt you, but I worry about your faith sometimes.
My faith is fine. It's my hair that needeth the most work.
Someone is going to cut the feet out of your stockings.
Weezer, have you no shame?
Oh, that's all right, Trudy. I love Miss Weezer. I pray for her every day. Sometimes twice.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Shipping. Mama, don't say anything. I like it. It'll be so to deal with. Oh, honey, bless your heart. Oh, the little dry so quickly. All I have to do is run my fingers. No, I decided today I was going to cut all my hair off every 20 years.
I love it. I do.
Oh, well, it's not too perky, is it?
It looks great. How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, Mama. How are you?
Just fine. Oh, here. I brought you a goodie. You can open it later.
Well, Lynn, it must be nice having your entire family home this weekend.
It is rare indeed, but it has been very nice.
Any special reason?
Oh, just to get together. Last week was our anniversary.
Oh, why didn't you say something to remind me? I'd have baked something. Drum loves my nut surprise cake.
We've never considered it a major occasion before.
Which one was it?
30th.
Ooh, that's a big one. What is the 30th anniversary?
What do you mean?
You know, first anniversary is paper, 20th is china, 25th is silver, 30th must be...
Valium!
What would Drum do if he heard you say that?
Nothing. He doesn't have any idea what Valium is. The man prides himself on never having any tension, which is amazing, considering the amount he has created over the years. Oh, listen to me. I've got to stop taking pot shots at Drum all the time. He's a good man. He's crazy, but he's a good man.
He seems to be behaving himself lately. He was most civil in the Piggly Wiggly yesterday. I was caught off guard and smiled before I could help myself.
The most bizarre thing has happened. Drum and I seem to be rediscovering those things that brought us together in the first place. I don't know if we buried them or became blind to them.
Used to be the thought of our parents being romantic would make my brothers and me sick to our stomachs. But it's actually very sweet. It's been a lovely week.
Every now and then, Drum and I seem to find these moments of magic. I don't know. I don't know if I'm lucky to have what I have or lucky to know what I have.
Well, that's too deep for me. I have to go get my tires rotated.
Miss Weezer?
Malene, you should write a romance novel based on your recent experiences. I can help you with the dirty parts.
Nobody'd believe it. Shelby, you look a little pale.
Oh, I'm fine, Mama. How are you?
Now, ladies, if you're out and about this afternoon, stop by the Dixie Plaza Shopping Center. The radio station is sponsoring a summer fiesta with lots of prizes and a live band. They call themselves Single Bullet Theory.
Shelby, what have you done to yourself?
Oh, it doesn't hurt.
What have you been doing? Lynn, have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
The doctor's just been trying to strengthen my veins. They're in terrible shape.
Looks like you've been driving nails in your arms. What's going on here?
Shall we tell the Mama?
I guess so. No point keeping it a secret any longer. Shelby's been driving nails into her arm.
What's going on?
It's my dialysis.
What?
Dialysis, it's when they recycle
I
your
know
blood.
what it is.
Oh, honey, please. Well, tell us what's going on.
Oh, it's not any big thing. It's no big thing. Don't look at me like that.
How long have you been doing this dialysis?
Couple of months.
Marilyn Eaton, I am without words. Why haven't I been told?
Oh, there was no point. Sometimes you just don't want to talk about things.
What would have been the point? There is nothing you could do.
We could have done something.
I can't believe you didn't say anything. This is selfish. This is very selfish.
Hold it. You are all talking like this is something.
Oh, this isn't something?
Well, having Jack Jr. just put too much strain on my kidneys, and now they're kaput, that's all. The doctor said this had probably happened.
That's all she says.
Well, I'm responding beautifully to dialysis. Do I look bad?
Honey, you look beautiful.
Oh, maybe you'll let us in on what's going to happen.
Do you do this dialysis forever?
Well, I could, I suppose, but it's not real convenient when you're trying to keep up with a 15-month-old ball of fire. So I'll just have a kidney transplant, and I'll be fine.
Is it that easy?
Oh, sure, they do them all the time in Shreveport, 3 or 4 a week.
They do. My Sunday school class is praying for one just the other day.
But the hard part is finding the kidney, isn't it?
I saw something about that on the news. It's so dramatic. These medical teams fly all over the place, taking hearts and kidneys and who knows what else. But you know what impressed me the most? They carry those organs in beer coolers.
Stop.
I wouldn't lie at a moment as serious as this. Those doctors take out their six-packs, throw in some dried ice in the heart, and get on with the plane.
She's right.
But you never know when one will pop up, do you?
No. Well, I'm registered on the Nationwide Transplant Computer.
How long do you have to wait?
There are people in dialysis that have been waiting for years.
It must be agony.
Oh, I suppose. But I'm lucky I don't have to wait anymore. Mama's gonna give me one of her kidneys.
You're not.
What? When?
We check in tomorrow morning.
You're giving Shelby a kidney tomorrow when you haven't even mentioned it?
Truly, please, do my hair. I am in a bit of a rush.
I never thought there'd ever come a time that words would fail me, but I think this is it.
Why didn't you tell us?
We just told you. We haven't known that long. We were all just tested last week. I'm the closest match.
What do you mean, match?
There are 4 categories for an organ match. I matched the best.
Categories?
Swimsuit, evening gown, talent, and personality interview.
I'm gonna yank you bald-headed, Smarty.
We are very upset here.
I passed upset a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Tommy's joke. I think it's very funny.
Well, no wonder your whole family's in town.
I'm just so relieved it was me. The boys are young. I would never want them to go through it. And who would want one of Drum's mean old organs? But the best thing about all of this is, with all the tests and stuff, I discovered I have the constitution of someone 10 years younger. How about that?
But it must be so painful.
Well, not really for me. My operation's simple. Mama's is awful. They basically have to saw her in half to get the kidney. It's magic. major surgery for her.
They have to saw you in half?
They do it on Circus of the Stars all the time.
This is no laughing matter.
Trust me, Miss Clary, there have been more than enough tears.
It'll make my waist smaller because they have to take out my bottom ribs to get my kidney out.
Look, Shelby, early this morning I said I'd be better off when my body wears out. No, I didn't mean that. You know better than pay any attention to anything I say.
Miss Weezer, forget it.
Well, I'm a terrible person.
No, you're not, Weezer. You'll give your dog a kidney if he needed one.
Absolutely.
You two seem so calm and collected.
I'm happy. Look at the opportunity I have. Most mothers only get a chance to give their child life once. I get a chance to do it twice. I think it's neat. Shelby needs her help to chase after that rambunctious kid of hers. I've got 2 kidneys. I only need one. I'm just glad we can get it over with before it gets too hot.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm going to postpone my vacation a day so I can sit with your husband during the operation. I'm going to get Coca-Colas and things.
Oh, that is sweet of you. But don't change your plans.
We'll make sure Drum has enough food.
Yes, you must put your house out of your mind. We'll take care of everything.
I appreciate that. And I know Drum does too.
Lynn, you are brave. You are brave.
You know, if I didn't know better, Shelby, I wouldn't even know you'd ever been sick a day in your life.
Well, that's the biggest compliment anyone's ever paid me.
Poor Shelby.
Don't say that. I have my baby. I'm very happy. This is part of the price I have to pay, then I have to pay it. I can deal with it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe someone has a present to open here.
Oh, is this for me?
Only if you can wear a size 4.
I can take it in.
Oh, sure. It's just not something I picked up. It was on sale. Truthfully.
Oh, ladies.
Lord.
Do I look fabulous or what?
God bless you, Shelby.
You're gonna be the sassiest girl in that hospital.
Well, what about me?
Hey, you ladies better come and visit us.
I'll be sitting right by your side when you wake up. Oh, yours too, Lillian. I'll manage it somehow.
And I'll keep Drum calm during the operation.
Well, we're in such good hands. You're going to be a little while here, Mama, so I'm going to go back to the house and spend a little time with Daddy.
Good. Drum's not taking this very well. He gets so emotional over the least little thing.
Trudy, this is probably going to gross you out, but could I have my hair? Is that too repulsive?
Sure, hon. People do it all the time.
Oh, it's just that I've had it for so long, it kind of represents an era or something.
Oh, your nails. I'll just put it in a box and give it to your mama.
Oh, okay. I love y'all. Miss Clary, would you do something for me?
Of course.
Next time you talk to Drew and Bill, I know they're upset about Marshall and everything, but just tell them that I said, this is the most disturbing thing that ever happens to them. They should just get over it.
I'll tell them today.
Okay. And Trudy, why isn't my radio playing?
Bye-bye, sweetie.
Back here.
And if they keep playing like this, the Devils might just have another state championship to call their own. That final playoff score again, 27-6. There is no new word on the lawsuit brought by Reverend Q.T. Bennett against the Chincopen Parish Board of Education. The Reverend, who is pastor of the Riverview Baptist Church, has filed a suit charging that the use of the devil as a mascot for our high school encourages satanic behavior in the youth of our community. They reached to comment about the Reverend's lawsuit. Devils head coach Whitey Thibodeau said, and I quote, "Tell him to go to hell." My personal congratulations.
Sorry. You know, I would if I could, but I just can't today. I could fit you in first thing Monday. All right, Susan. Okay, hon. See you then. Bye-bye.
If you're going out today, bundle up. We'll be doing good to get up to 39 degrees. Last night was
39 degrees. You were right, Trudy.
It's too cold for this time of year. I'm going to write a letter.
I don't like it one bit. I turn blue when it's this cold. Blue isn't in my palate.
Anne Boleyn had 6 fingers.
Who's Anne Boleyn?
Anne Boleyn. She was one of the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
I never watch public television.
She had 6 fingers.
What happened to the other 4? Are you trying to confuse me? What are you talking about?
This article says she had 6 fingers on one hand, so she had all her dresses made so the sleeves hung down to her fingertips so she wouldn't look weird.
Reader's Digest is a font of useful information.
Clary, I love my new scarf. You're so thoughtful. It really jazzes up this outfit.
The only thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize.
I want to spray just a little bit more of my French perfume. I love it so much. I love it when the smell just fills the air.
Don't waste it. It ain't cheap.
Save it, honey. We're going to have to burn our clothes as it is.
Just so touched that you remembered us.
I had a ball shopping, and I don't care what anybody says, those French people are very friendly. Most of them have the courtesy to speak English.
I love Weezers, too. I might want to borrow that from you sometime.
And you're welcome to it.
You don't like it, do you?
Oh, it's perfect for me. A print this busy will never show dog hair.
My feet are like 2 blocks of ice.
This tastes like it was made in a rubber tire.
Oh, and now remember to get that new thing for the Mr. Coffee.
Have any of you seen her this morning?
I haven't. I went directly to the house when I got in. Only the boys were there.
Do you think she'll come by?
I doubt it. I'm sure her hair's the farthest thing from her mind.
Who knows what's on her mind? But she might need something, and I just wanted to be here for her.
I'm glad you decided to stay open today.
Are the boys?
As well as can be expected.
My husband and I are going to take some barbecue over there later.
I've never seen so much food.
You can never have enough at times like these. My husband's back at the apartment right now cooking up a storm. He's convinced his red beans and rice will make everybody feel better.
Maybe he's right. That's why we call it soul food. I'm going to have to get his recipe.
You'll have to ask him. Sammy runs me off whenever he starts cooking. That kitchen is so tiny. He's afraid he's going to hit me in the stomach with a spatula.
When are you moving, Annelle?
Next month.
You had to bring it up. I can't stand it that she's moving away just when I'm about to become a semi-grandmother.
It's just down the street, Trudy. A hop, skip, and a jump. That apartment is so squinched, Sam and I have to go outside and change our minds. You're toying with me, aren't you?
Little bit. Not a lot. Just gonna be me and the old man. man.
Truly be thankful. You'd miss him if he were gone.
You know, last night he actually got off the couch and said, let's go out to eat. Well, after I came to, I said, what's the matter? I thought Deputy Dog had been preempted. Then he said he's got a good shot at doing the electrical contracting at the new college library. I'm not supposed to tell anybody.
Wonderful news.
That is just...
Welcome home, Clary. How is Paris?
Perfectly beautiful. I ate too much, and I brought you something pretty.
You shouldn't have. Don't turn off Shelby's radio. I like the noise.
It's special programming today. I had Jonathan go down and pull some music that Shelby would have liked, and they're going to play it until noon.
He told me. I think you're going to be surprised at some of the stuff you hear.
That's okay. It's for Shelby.
Malin, just tell us, what can we do?
Thank you. Truly, you think you could work a little magic? I know I look like 10 miles of dirt road.
Let me get my wand and my fairy dust.
Oh, thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I am a little worried about Drum. The boys got in last night. I really don't know how they're doing. Jackson. And he has his hands full with Jack Jr. I will admit, it is hard to be somber with a baby running around.
Well then, I am beside myself. Wasn't Shelby fine when I left? Can you talk about it?
Oh, sure. Basically. After the transplant failed, she went back on dialysis. Well, you knew that. She'd been doing fine the last few months. But last Monday, everything went wrong. It was like dominoes. They thought they could correct things with a little surgery. As they wheeled her down, she said, Mama, I'm going to feel so good when this is over. They gave her the anesthetic.
In a way, she was right. Maybe she knew she was going to be with her king.
Yes, now. Maybe so.
We should be rejoicing.
You go ahead. I wish I could feel that way. I guess I'm a little selfish. I'd rather have her here.
Miss Malin, I don't mean to upset you by saying that. You see, when something like this happens, I pray very hard to make heads or tails of it. I think in Shelby's case, she wanted to take care of that baby. Of you. Of everybody she knew. And her poor body just wore out. It wouldn't do everything she wanted it to do. So she went on to a place where she could be a guardian angel. She will always be young. She will always be beautiful. And I personally feel much safer knowing she's up there on my side. I guess some people might think that sounds real simple and stupid. And maybe I am. But that's how I get through things like this.
Thank you, Anel. I appreciate that, and that is a very good idea. Shelby, as you know, would not want us to get all mired down and wallow in this. She would look on it as just one of life's occurrences. We should deal with it the best way we know how, and get on with it. That is what my mind says. I wish somebody would explain that to my heart.
Tommy said you never left her side.
Well, I wasn't in the mood to play bridge. No, I couldn't leave my Shelby. It's interesting. Both the boys were very difficult births. I was dying when Jonathan was born. Very difficult births.
Shelby was a breeze. I could have gone home that afternoon I had her. I was thinking about that as I sat next to Shelby while she was in the coma. I would work her arms and legs to keep her circulation going. I told the ICU nurse we were doing our Jane Fonda. I stayed there. I kept on pushing, just like I always have where Shelby was concerned, hoping she'd sit up and argue with me. But finally, we all realized there was no hope. At that point, I panicked. I was very afraid I would not survive the next few minutes while they turned off the machines. Drum couldn't take it, he left. Jackson couldn't take it, he left. It struck me as amusing. Men are supposed to be made of steel or something. But I could not leave. I just sat there holding Shelby's hand while the sounds got softer and the beeps got farther apart until all was quiet. There was no noise, no tremble, just peace. I realized as a woman how lucky I was. I was there when this wonderful person drifted into my world, and I was there when she drifted out. It was the most precious moment of my life thus far.
I don't know how your insides are doing, but your hair's holding up beautifully. All it needs is a lick and a promise. Did you have it done in Shreveport?
No. I did it myself.
Hold it, Missy. I don't want to hear that kind of talk.
Doing my own hair was so odd, I had no idea about the back.
You did a lovely job. I just need to smooth out some rough spots. In fact, I'm going to be looking for temporary help when a nail goes on maternity leave. You interested?
It was just with so much going on, I didn't know if I would have time. It would feel like coming here, but this morning I wanted to come here more than anything. Isn't that silly?
No.
Last night I went into Shelby's closet for something. Guess what I found? All our Christmas presents, stacked up, wrapped, with her own two hands. I'd better go.
Check the back.
Perfect, as always. You know, Shelby was right. It really kind of does look like a blonde football helmet.
Moran, sit back down. Do you feel all right?
Oh yes, I feel fine. I feel great. I could jog to Texas and back. But my daughter can't. She never could. I'm so mad. I don't know what to do. I want to know why. I want to know why Shelby's life is over. How will that baby ever understand how wonderful his mother was? Will he ever understand what she went through for him? I don't understand. Oh, Lord, I wish I could. It's not supposed to happen this way. I'm supposed to go first. I've always been ready to go first. I can't stand this. I just want to hit somebody until they feel as bad as I do. I just want to hit something.
teeth today, a whacking Weezer.
You are a pig from hell.
Okay, all right, hit me then. I deserve it.
Whatever would we do without Clary's own special brand of humor?
Clary, you're evil and you must be destroyed.
Well, Mother Nature's taking care of that faster than you ever did. Oh, things were getting entirely too serious there for a moment. I'm sorry, Melinda. We're all entitled to our sorrow.
That was very funny, Clary.
I have to admit, I laughed. Even though that wasn't a very Christian thing to do, Miss Clary.
And now, honey, you're gonna have to lighten up.
My husband says the same thing.
Oh, that Lloyd got a kick out of that one.
Lloyd did get a lot of enjoyment at my expense when he was alive.
Well, then you know how much Lloyd adored Shelby. I'm sure he's up there now showing her around, fixing her speeding ticket.
Shelby was always crazy about Lloyd.
She worshipped the quicksand he walked on. And I'm sure that when she got up there, he was very happy to see a familiar face. He was a Louisiana politician. We don't know many people who went to heaven.
Clary.
Weezer, you know, I love you more than my luggage.
You are too twisted for colored TV.
Well, now that you two have made up, we better let this woman go. She needs to pull herself together. You cannot be a pillar of strength with eye makeup running down your neck.
You go on out there, Miss Lynn. We'll all be just fine.
Oh, I shouldn't have gone on like I did. I made everybody cry. I'm sorry.
No, don't be silly. Laughter through tears is my favorite emotion.
Well, maybe it's about time I had an emotional outburst. Maybe I'll start having them at home more often. Drum will be so pleased. Oh, I'm just so glad I came by. Shelby would have had a good time here this morning.
I'm sure she did.
Malin, tell your family, especially Drum, that they've been in my prayers. Yes, Annelle, I pray. Now there, I said it. I hope you're satisfied.
I have suspected this all along.
But don't you go trying to get me to come out to your church to one of those tent revivals with all those Bible beaters doing God only knows what. They'd probably make me eat a live chicken.
Not on your first visit.
Very good, Annelle. Spoken like a true smartass.
Lynn, Owen wanted me to tell you you're in his thoughts.
But I didn't think you and Owen were...
Well, he's coming in Monday to take me to Shelby's service. That girl will do anything to get us together.
Well, I'd better go.
Now, Malin, you promise you'll call if you need anything.
And if her line's busy, you call me.
Call me. I have call waiting. Just got it.
I will.
Miss Lynn, I don't know if this is the time or the place, but I wanted you to know that Sammy and I decided if this is a girl, we want to name it Shelby. She's the reason we met in the first place, if you don't mind.
Mine. Shelby would love that. I'm tickled pink. Pink.
What do you name it if it's a boy?
Shelby, I guess.
That's the way it should be. Life goes on.
Malin, I know it hurts, but it'll get better. And if you feel like taking a whack at something, come over and hit on me. I won't break.
I may take you up on that. You have no idea how wonderful you are.
Of course we do.